Right, let's talk a little bit about the box, because it was just Springbok-like. You know, when you saw New Zealand and Australia having a crack, Ireland having a crack, France having a crack, then you look at the box and it was far more measured, far more structured.
England's ill discipline took this game away from them. So they get back to 17-14 at half time. And then the penalty count in the second half, the best way of defending South Africans line-outs is not give them opportunities to have them.
Yep.
That's the number one rule. And they just gave South Africa so many opportunities. And South Africa in the 22, they were 7 out of 10 for their visits. That's 70%, and against a good England team. It was an unstrength England side. I feel that their discipline, although the Boks played really well, but they didn't play a lot in their end, went to the contestables a lot, which we know works for them, but then they dictate terms. As soon as they cross halfway, they go into baller mode.
Yeah.
And they literally have those two styles coming out, and then once they enter that sort of attacking zone, we're here to play. So I just think it was a real disciplined and clinical performance from South Africa, whilst England probably just gave them too many opportunities to enter the 22, which took the game away from them.
Yeah, I even look at the 32-21 or something like that, very close within the last 10 minutes, and then 2 yellow cards. Yep. And then from there, the floodgates open with 3 tries. So I look at that part of the really good clinicalness around that for the South Africans to be able to put 50 points on England. But then I think also, I do look at the start, that first 12 minutes from South Africa was bloody impressive. The 2 tries from, I think it was Detroit and Arendse, they scored them on the edge because they set them up nicely, nice and tight with their great ball carries. Once they get over that 50-metre line, they then go into obviously baller mode or being able to hold onto the ball a lot more. And then I just think as well, being able to get that quick ball. I think Oxenchen, how good was that to see, man? Going straight through 2 people, but then the quick ball to be able to play.
But that's where England's biggest fall off the cliff was defensively in the midfield. In the Six Nations when they were flying, and he shouldn't get through there. There was 3 people on him, and he just pops out the other side, glorious in open space, the big fella. But it just surprises me that England are a big pack. If there's one side that can match them physically, it should be the English.
Martin's try.
Yeah. Oh, geez, look, we're running that Lolu.
Man.
A lot of human being there.
Yeah.
Oh man, was it what? So, celebration was as well.
I think that's the biggest frustration for England is just where that defensive prowess is gone.
Yeah, we're forecasting here when we do play the Springboks, but what I found they did really, really well was they kicked them behind. They found a lot of space in that pendulum in terms of being able, whether that was off who was their 10? Finn Smith, even Marcus Smith off the edge, being able to find that space, whether it was 50-22 or pinning down the South Africans. So I just saw that as an All Black fan, our kicking game and the fact that we do like to run the ball, bringing people up with the way we are going to run past kick a lot out of our area, being able to see opportunities within that space. So they'll get better. It's their first test of the season, but I think that's maybe one thing that I did see that they probably want to get right.
Yeah, certainly in the second 20 of the first half, there was a real focus on territory for them, wasn't there?
Yep.
And it worked.
Yeah, well, it did. They were able to put the South Africans in positions to where, they didn't want to be. And the fact that they probably in their half, like we said, Grant Williams kicked 16 kicks of the 30 for South Africa. So anywhere,
tempo as well.
Yeah, anywhere in that area, the South Africans are playing that kind of contestable phase. But to Jipper's point, they were able to play on top of them. They were winning collisions. They got to hear that very
just quick tap, boom, run over the top of someone. Yeah. They were just, that. We've seen that's where it's going, is this speed of play. And I think they'll be disappointed because they got themselves back into it, because at the start you're thinking, this is going to get ugly, but they fought their way back in. But I just think the other key stat that every side that won the breakdown. So South Africa had 4 turnovers to none. So again, they're just so clinical in their own carry clean and just so disruptive. At the defensive breakdown, and they've just got players across the board that can attack and get turnovers.
There wasn't a scrum for 20 minutes, and then there wasn't a scrum penalty until midway through the second half. They did a pretty good job of eliminating that threat for a period of time, but then when the bomb squad came on and it fell apart, so did that.
Curtains. Yeah. It was always coming.
Yeah.
They were. You can't hide from scrums all day.
Yeah.
But it's something that people are going to have to. Sides are going to have to match, because it's a hell of a weapon. And I genuinely think the Aussie scrums improved heaps. Like the way they came on, their little bomb squad
Yeah.
was outstanding. Like the Irish are a good scrummaging team.
Yeah.
The old bomb squad's very fashionable. I thought our little bomb squad was good too.
Yeah.
It's definitely, and I think players take pride in it now. Like, you know, it used to be like you'd wear 16, 17, and you're like, ugh. But they know they're going to get 30, 35 minutes. So, and they know how important that impact and energy is. Oh, it's great.
They've just branded it well.
They have.
That's the
He's
branding
a
job.
great salesman, old Rassie. He's completely sold us all.
Yeah, the Bomb Squad beer.
And kits off.
Tasted it actually.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good brew.
Yeah, I've had a drop of that.
Yeah, good brew.
I haven't.
Maybe Malky, you can send us a few for the podcast. We put it right here, mate.
That's
Right there, the Bomb Squad.
Well, talk to him.
Partner,
Talk to him.
sponsor.
It only cost you a round of
AOP.
golf and the signed jersey. Sweet as.
I'm not sure he's allowed to call it bomb squad anymore. He starts, and he plays almost 80 minutes.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. He's the OG. He can do as he pleases, mate. And you come at Malky.
That's pretty brutal. Like 80 minutes of rugby these days.
He's
Okay.
he's amazing.
He's fit enough, and
He was still dominating that, like.
Yeah.
But they balance that. They manage, because they don't play a lot of rugby in their half. They do manage their lungs really well.
Yeah.
South Africa, like they don't overplay. So when they're on, but they don't waste rucks in their half.
it's actually
and suck the energy tank. They just go straight to the contestable kick chase.
it's actually a really good point because like whenever you do see them like with the ball or even like defending, like they just seem like they're rockets.
Yeah.
They're just going into contact. They're just flying in, and their energy and like their like physicality.
They just manage it.
For 80 minutes, you're like, man,
best.
they're just going the whole time. But to that point, like they reserve the energy for the right parts of the field.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Well, speaking of the right parts of the field, have you ever seen a better 50-22 than Damian Willemse?
Oh,
that was something
unbelievable.
else.
even if that is up, even if that isn't the belt,
Yeah.
like man, that's special.
He was just glorious. Like it was like he was like Michael Jordan. And he's like, you know, like he's like floating in the air. Down, take it, kick.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God, you're good to watch.
22-22.
Yeah.
And with the banana swirl on it.
He is special, man.
Yeah.
Like, and two-time World Cup winner. Yeah, what is he? How old?
28. He is in his prime.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
He is playing so well. At fullback, at 12, it doesn't matter.
No, I've still that test match he played in Wellington,
Yeah.
like at 12. Like I know he's playing fullback now, but that was just like, I'm like, man, what? I know they've got Delande and obviously Creel, but man, I remember watching it. I was like, that's one of the best performances I've seen from a 12.
Yeah, Dave Rennie said something through the week. He reckons he has the best two fullbacks in the world. And I know that's his team, and it's good to say that because it'll give them plenty of confidence. But I was kind of like, Damian Willemse has got something to say about that. Like, I don't know.
Hey, look, man, you got to pump up your team. And we do. You're right, but we do. You know, Will and Damien, like man, counter
Hey, how
attack.
good was Jock Campbell?
Oh, very
Yes,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. He's a little undercover.
Yeah.
It's just been bubbling away there. You sort of forget how well he played.
Momi Turanui did say that he was the best performing fullback in the competition.
It's a big call.
He wasn't bad.
But he was good.
He wasn't
I think
bad.
he did say he was a former Australian fullback. I mean, we're thinking out loud, and I've drawn us off the South African topic. I'm sorry. Let's get back to Willemse.
But he is superb. I think at 12 or 15, it doesn't matter which one. If you're taking a conversation about top 5 in the world in either of those positions, he's definitely in either of those.
I like him at 15 because
Yeah.
I think Delende at 12 is just...
Yeah.
And the Jessic Creel, their little combination's been a smoky, isn't it?
And what's happened to Lucanio Arm?
I know.
I don't know.
Like,
Yeah.
Creel was sort of on the outer, wasn't he? And then he's well and truly back in favour.
I'd love to know how many test matches they played together, combination wise.
It's in the 40s.
I think it's 42 as of England.
That's yes.
Yeah.
It's in the
I think it
stats.
is. I think it's 42.
Yeah.
And I think Conrad and that were around 64.
64, okay.
64, 65, I think.
It's still a chance for this year.
Well, a couple of years' time, I suppose.
Well, they've got the World Cup next year,
They've
17.
got a lot of tests this year, and then the World Cup. Yeah, they definitely
Could do
pass
it, be
50
thereabouts.
towards them, yeah.
Good combination, though.
Great in sync defensively. Like Creel gets quite a few turnovers from Delande's chop tackles.
Yeah.
Combination.
Tell you what, he's got the most impressive rig too. There's not much fat on him.
No, he's not.
You know,
He does have a Bali trip, I must admit, going to Japan.
yeah.
Week off. He's always over in Bali. Single man as well.
When we did a piece of content a year or two ago on who's got the best rig in rugby, it went off.
Yeah.
It went absolutely off to the point
I
where
think he's still got it.
Yeah.
Karifu would be in there, right?
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't want the old top off. And
Yes.
it's bulky as well.
Oops. The deliberate knockdown thing. Aronson puts his hand up.
Yeah,
taps the ball
I felt like that was unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That did not look like deliberate. Like he was in the passing line.
Yeah.
And I thought that was he was even facing the right way.
Yeah.
You know, trying to take it back that way.
Yeah.
I thought that was hard done by. I thought the original call was the right call.
It wasn't like he was reaching forward.
Right, he was just like that.
It
was like, it wasn't a yellow card to me.
No.
Yeah. That was unfortunate. And
Scrum at best. Not even a penalty.
No.
there was the other thing on the weekend around the line-out drive was we saw the effect of Rassie Erasmus on the World Rugby rules with the English players coming around the corner. And last year we saw Tupabati and Scott Barrett get in the other side and drag. And that is now gone, and the English players getting pinged for it.
Yeah, well, they're always going to pose questions. And also, like, he is the master of having the pre-game chat with a ref. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like he obviously gets his points across. But also, they know they're on notice, like, because he's a pretty smart dude. Like, he knows the rules, you know, better than most. So they know, you know, like, you've got to get your ducks in a row. So definitely, I think it has an impact, 100%. But there's still ways around it. Do you know what I mean? Like there was just some execution, but also, I suppose now they'll adjust England. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Because now teams will target it.
One of the great things about this, I think, is the buy-in. Like, I already feel like I've bought into all of these different test matches. I've bought into England, South Africa. I've bought in more than I normally would to these other games because of it having some greater meaning and that it carries on into next week. And how is this series going to build up? The Nations Championship is already working.
Like, you know, usually during this series we have like three test matches against the same team, right? Which is like a test series win, which is cool. Like if it's in England or France, it comes down and then awesome. But like, yeah, like we've got we've got Italy, which is going to be a good test for us, even though they did struggle against Japan. I think they'll be completely different knowing that they played different against the All Blacks. But how good's Ireland going to be in Auckland? Do you know what I mean? That's going to have something.
That was a big test win, man. Aussie played so well. Like the Irish did so well to win that game.
Yeah.
Like they were 24-10 or 24-11, I can't remember what it was. They were looking down the barrel, man, and Aussie had getting good impact off the bench. They were on top at set piece.
Yeah.
But then, you know, their big dogs, you know, Gibson Park in particular, really took control.
You watched Grant Williams in action and you watched Gibson Park in action.
They're the key. Like, DuPont has changed the game. Like, the way he orchestrates and has sort of led the charge as being one of the world's best players for a number. Like, you can see all attacking structures are so centralised around nines and kicking strategy. And for guys like Zalibir or Ruben Love, like, they can just inject themselves when they want to, when the pitcher produces. And as I sort of said on that live, like when you heard Quade, we were talking in the green room about his relationship with Will Gideon, it's very similar. Like Will was sort of the general, and he would, when he called for the ball, Will knew, I've just got to get it there. But Quade would just be patient, and then know when to pull trigger to see what the defence had given. And I just think that ability to snipe just holds those defenders, you know, forwards coming, bodies in motion, speed of ball will dictate what you do.
Yep.
You know, and that's the exciting part. And man, we've got one of the best. You know, he's seriously on fire, Cam, and you know, challenging for the best sort of halfback in the world at the moment. But you know, someone like Jamison reminds you pretty quickly, like the game got tight, they got behind in his kicking game. You know, he didn't overplay his hand, put them back in the right corner, and found their way to victory. But
what I do love about halfbacks in the world at the moment, like they're all different. Was that there's similarities, but then there's also differences. Like Cam, you know, probably didn't do any box kicks last night, but was able to influence the game through his running game and being able to get the speed of tempo and being able to have support lines. Like Jamison, very good in and around the game management, being able to controlling the tempo and like understanding situationally what's required as a halfback. Grant Williams probably has this out and out speed to be able to get through a gap or being able to use the speed to be able to try and influence it in the attacking side. But very good around the box kick. Had 16 out of the 30 kicks for South Africa, 16 of them were off Grant. So he has a massive influence in the DNA of South African rugby. So like, and DuPont is DuPont, right? So it's just really good as a halfback. There's so many different ways you can influence the game, and different parts of the world are more important than others.
It was so interesting to see the different style after watching New Zealand and watching Australia, then seeing South Africa go about it with Williams with a mixture of box kicking and running, the precision of the kick and the precision of the chase. You know, Peter Steph Toy getting underneath everything, and it's just such a different way. It was so much more structured, and you know, it was more like rugby a couple of years ago, but incredibly effective.
But that's it is effective, but then they also have the ability to attack as well. Like their first couple of tries, I think the first 2 tries, they were able to go through the edge to be able to score tries because they tightened them up. similar pitches to like the All Blacks to be able to then score on the edge. So like, yeah, there's just, and that's why the tough thing about playing South Africa, because if you think you can get them in terms of like defensive pressure, and if they can't get their skill set execution wise with ball in hand, they can go to their contested ground, which they're so good at, not only just in the air with Colby or whoever it may be on the wing, then they're jackals. Peter Steph du Toit might be Jasper Wiese on the ball, Kwagga Smith in the past. So like, you've just got to be able to always be on with the South Africans because they can play multiple ways to win games.
But basically the Springboks right now have just picked up where they carried on from, and no matter the injury worries, they're looking damn good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. But well, I feel there's a belief, a genuine belief in how the All Blacks try and play, that it's become more about them than them being fixated on what South Africa's doing. Which I think sets us up for a higher percentage chance of winning.
That's what we're going to get for the rest of the year. And I know we'll probably play against the South Africans coming up, which is going to be a really big test physicality-wise around are we going to get the same quick ball? But it's exciting, man. If you're a halfback or a back line as well, and even the edge forwards on the edge, like, man, it's really exciting with how good it was on the weekend.
It's quite funny. I've got a few South African mates, and they said to me that they're fearful of Rennie because he was actually quite successful against South Africa with the Wallabies.
Yeah.
And they know that his style of play does actually challenge them.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of unease I haven't seen in my Safa friends at the moment. So hopefully there is an opportunity to at least try and get this as close as possible in South Africa.